Family and enemies, caliber pedigree, cup full of Hennessy, blunt full of evergreen. The streets name me Flu, the sickest to ever breathe. Meetings on meetings, I gotta move. Ain't really much left that I gotta prove.
All right, guys. So I'm clearly not a professional at this, but I got 60 hours logged in the game. I completed it on hard mode, and I'm gearing up for Mega Plus. And I was looking around, and I couldn't find exactly what I wanted as far as how to, like, get your Digimon ready, right? So what I did was I found a system that works for me to max out your Digimon stats. Everybody got their own way of doing it, but I felt like this was the quickest. And because I couldn't find the right thing, I figured I'd make a little guide for it. So, yeah, let's get into it. First thing first, you are going to want to absolutely have beat the game because you want to max out your agent skills. All right, these in particular, the bottom four in particular, because what this is gonna do is gonna help you digivolve your monsters immediately to where you want them to be. So basically, what it is you're gonna find. So let's say, for instance, in particular, I've already built my team. Like I know what my team is. I know what I want. So let's say, I don't know. We'll just, if I could find them quick enough. So one of the dudes I'm gonna have on my team is what's his name? Gallantmon, but the Axe version. All right. If I can find him, here he is. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to look him up, and you're gonna want to check what his personality is. So his personality is enlightened, and this is important. And the reason it's important is because because of your agent skills, it's gonna make it easier to digivolve up if your Digimon matches the personality that you're trying to evolve into. So let's say I want Medieval Gallantmon. All right, we're gonna check his Digivolutions. Okay, so he evolves from Mistymon, right? Who's also enlightened. You see, he's enlightened. Then we're gonna go down. So what is this? Fireamon? He's daring. So we might not want to do that evolution. So let's go down again. What did I do? Okay, now let's go back to Fireamon and this dude. So we go back down. And who does we're just gonna use Coronamon, whatever. All right. And he's gonna evolve from that dude. And you just want to go find your baby, okay? Which is gonna be Tokamon. So I'm gonna need an enlightened Tokamon that's gonna make it easier for me to get to my Mega. All right. So what we do then is we go get our Tokamon, however you want to get them. If you already got some, it doesn't matter because you can change the personalities, right? We're gonna go over to the what is this called? The theater. We're gonna go over to the theater, okay? We're gonna check out the Digi Farms. And I already have my Tokamon in here. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to boost his bond up. Which I really don't think you need to, but I just want to because there's no point in having non-100 everything and you maxed out on everything else. I just think it looks corny. Okay? So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go down and figure out what kind of food he likes. Because this is going to make it substantially easier to raise his bond. So basically when you feed him, num 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 nums. I already found out his favorite is carrot. This heart will pop up. And what that does is it'll boost his bond up by 2. So instead of feeding him 100 times, you're only going to need to feed him 50 times, which is going to cut your time down in half. As you can see, I've already kind of started, but I just left 10% just to show you guys. So we're just going to keep feeding him. What's this? 94. 96. 98, 100, done. All right, so now let's check him out. He's 100 bond, right? He's enlightened. He's the personality we want. He has 100 bond. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull him out. Make sure it's the one you want. Yep. And then you pull him out the box, all right? Then we're going to exit here. As a prerequisite, I recommend you spend that $10, $8, whatever, however much it is, and you get those dungeons, because it's going to make this a whole lot easier as far as money goes. As you can see, I got 3 million yen, and that's going to be important for later. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab him. We're going to go to Digivolution, and we're going to try to get him on the path. So it was Coronamon. Make sure, all right. Yeah, it was Coronamon. So we're going to just go ahead to Coronamon. And this is one of those weird ones where, like, he doesn't have a straight path where the personality matches from the baby. So you might have to do some leveling up. Fortunately, because of the agent skills, we don't have to do that. So we can go straight into Fireamon. And we can still go. And then Mistymon. We grab Mistymon. Boom. And from Mistymon, we should be able to get who we want, which is, who's that? I don't have him yet. Which is Medieval Gallimon. All right. So we grab, and we got we pretty much got our Digimon. You could change the personality from here on out if you want to. I personally don't think it matters. I would say this: if your Digimon is a magic attacker, you might want to keep him in the what's it called? In the understanding, because the skills you get, the personality skills you get, are gonna cater more to your Digimon, and vice versa. If you have an attacker, you might want to keep them in valor. If you have, I believe philanthropy is for like more like healers, and what is this? Emma blah 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 blah. I can't talk. That's for like, I guess, everything else. But we don't want him to be a magic attacker. And as you can see up here, I already have 4 ready. So my team's almost ready. And one thing you want to be careful about on this next part, because what we're going to do is we're going to go farm Digimon, and we're going to load him until we get his talent to 100. So the mistake I made here was I leveled him up to 98. And because of that, I can't load him anymore. And since I can't load him, I can't get his talent past 98. So what's going to end up happening is, if you do make this mistake, it's not that big of a deal if you're this close to 100, because all you have to do is get the in the world, you'll eventually find the augment chips. So the augment chips are going to be important in that aspect. And this will help you with your training. If you just got a bunch of them you want to burn real quick, you can just throw them on. You know, it's not going to make a big deal because you really don't need them. All right. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to head anywhere where you could load up, where you can get load Digimon up. Like, so the best place I found for me is 8 years ago in the back alley. We're going to go into the sewers and you just steamroll everything. All right. So we'll go over here. And, you know, this is just my preference. It's the spot I found where I can get the most Digimon to load the quickest for me. I'm sure there probably is a better way or a better area, but this personally is the one I found in the time I had allowed to do it. And you just go around and you're just going to clap everything. As soon as they're ready to convert them. They don't have to be 200%. Just get them to 100 and convert them out. Boom. We're just going to convert everything, all right? And I'm not going to go through the entire process, but what I'll do is I'll run through the dungeon just so you can see. And just pay attention to your right side, because it'll pop up and it'll tell you, obviously, if you beat the game, you know, it'll tell you when a Digimon is ready to convert. All right?
Good.
All right.
Well done. Great.
And do that. We got another Toko thing. We'll hit this. Make sure.
Great.
Clap that.
Great.
And it gets exponentially easier once you get one or two of your first Digimon maxed out. So for me, actually, I used my team that I had played the campaign with. Let's actually move him up here. All right. So it made building my first Digimon easy.
Good, good. Great.
I also wouldn't recommend doing this until you beat the game and did every side quest.
Good, good.
I just want to reiterate that. You want to beat the game and do every side quest.
Well done.
All right. All right, so
Great.
this is the grind. It's gonna take you a little minute.
Well done.
There might be a better way to get your talent up, but
Well done.
I haven't discovered it, and nobody's posted online, so I'm just going to show my way.
Well done.
So we do bam,
Great.
bam,
Good, good.
and you just want to keep doing this, all right?
Good, good.
Kill you. We got another Gumby baby.
Great.
Do that.
Good, good.
That is there some rats coming out?
Well done.
See, you get quite a few of them in this little sewer. If you know any better area, drop that in the comments, because
Well done.
we do stream on Twitch, and what I'm eventually gonna do is like challenge runs using specific Digimon.
Great. Good, good.
Like I literally played the story on hard with the OG team. If you anything like me, you grew up on Adventure, so like literally I had the OG team, and it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. All right, where we at? Okay, so everything's dead, and what I like to come and do is just pop up right here. Boom. Go down here, and then you can go back. I'm not gonna do it right now, and everything respawns. So you go back and you go do all that again, right? Then once you come to reset, what I like to do is usually I will digivolve everything I got. So what I do personally is I'll look at what I'm doing. So we got this Falconmon, right? Falconmon. He's a friendly nature. I'll try to match the Digimon's nature to whatever. This one in particular doesn't really pan out. But see how his nature is friendly too, his personality or whatever, right? It'll make digivolving him all the way up possible for most of them. All right, so I know he doesn't work, so I'm just going to grab this one random and see if it. So we got this one. He can still evolve. So let's see if we can find another friendly nature one. Boom. So friendly. Boom. Easy to evolve. Because what's happening is because of your agent skills, it makes the requirements less. And because of all your other agent skills that are boosting your initial base stats, it makes it, as long as the personalities match from what you're trying to digivolve from to what you're trying to digivolve into, it'll be so low that you can just automatically do it. So here, we already got a mega. And that's what we want. We want megas. All right? And then you're just going to go through this process. What is he? Enlightened. We'll go Patamon. Angemon, he's enlightened. And mind you, I've been doing this, so I know the routes already. So now we're at ultimate, and then boom, mega. All right. And then you're just gonna want to do this again. I'm not gonna just go through it all because it's the process isn't extremely long, but it's long enough to where you're not gonna want to sit through and watch all this. So then once I get enough that I want to load, I go ahead and I take the Digimon. We're doing Medieval Galamon, whichever Digimon you want to do. I take him, and then the ones I evolved into megas, I'll put in. Boom. Now notice his talent is at 28, right? So We'll just put these two in. And mind you, it's going to jump more because you're going to have more of them in here. But for now, just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. Boom. Boom. See how the talent jumped up to 31? And you also got your level up too. So as you're loading, make sure you're loading megas because you get the most talent and you can keep going. Keep going, right? So from there, let's say you got all the ones you want to load up. I just leave through here to avoid all the walking back through the sewer. There should be a fucking, what do you call it? One of these time gate things, all right? So we're going to go back to the theater, all right? So at this point, my talent is at 100. My bond is at 100, which doesn't really matter because I think the bond is only for when you're digivolving back and forth. We're not going to be doing that, all right? Because we already know what we want. We got what we want. This, that, and the third. Your talent is the most important thing, all right? But the bond if you want to. So the next thing you're going to want to do, and this is important, is you want to make sure, we're going to go back to the Digifarm, but you're going to want to make sure that, A, you have enough money, and B, you have the right equipment, all right? So we're going to move Digimon. We're going to put our Medieval Gallantmon back, all right? Just anywhere, it doesn't matter. So then we're going to go interact with him, and then what we're going to end up doing is training him. So there's going to be 3 sets for each stat, right? You're going to have an A, B, C set for HP, SP, attack, defense, zada. All right? So you're going to want the C ones because what the C ones do is they just vastly boost that stat. All right? So, like, if I were to do this, it'll put me in training. Now, the training for C is 45 minutes. This is why I tell you you're going to want the DLC because in the DLC, one of the outer dungeons, you can farm money, and it's really quick. Like, in 5 minutes, you can have, like, 3 million. So, we go, we quick train, boom, and it boosts our stats. So, once you have the talent at 100, you could even do this before, but I recommend just leveling up your dude all the way up because what's going to happen is he's going to gain stats. It's going to make this take a lot less time. So of all the C's, so the Sauna C vastly boosts HP, doesn't touch your personality, right? Boombox C boosts your SP vastly, right? The other ones will change your personality and only move it a little bit. But you're going to want the C set for each one, all right? And then you just go through and you just train them up to their max, all right? And then boom, your Digimon's done. That's it. Easy, right? So just to recap, the requirements you're going to want is those outer dungeons or whatever method you have to make sure you got a buttload of yen, okay? All right? If you care about your bond, you're gonna want to go and you're gonna want to buy a lot of food, 1,000 of each one. All right, that way when you're feeding them, you can find out which food they like, and you put the heart on them. All right, you're gonna want to make sure your starting Digimon, the in training stage has the right personality, so you can Digivolve them fast. All right, Digivolve them up. You go load them. Go get your load Digimon to load them to get the talent to 100. Then you just train them, and then eventually you will have level 99s. So if you notice on mine, I always have one stat that I just don't mess with because it saves time. But like for the most part, these are physical attackers. So I didn't find a need to put in intelligence. There might be a need that I don't know about. We'll see. But for the most part, I just didn't want to waste the time to do it. And then I am doing my magic attackers. And I am leaving the attack stat not maxed out. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comment section below. Get the DLC. I know everybody's complaining about it. It's not that much, man. If you can't scrape up $10, $9.40, however much it was, I think it was like $7.99 for me. If you can't scrape up $7.99, then play on easy mode. Like, it's there. It's not a big deal. It's not a lot. Now, if it was like $30, $20, I'd understand the uproar. But it's $8, man. Come on. Just go get the DLC and makes your life a whole lot easier. I'm going to continue. I'm going to finish up my Medieval Gallantmon, and I'm going to do my last Digimon, and then we are going to go tackle Mega Hard Mode on Twitch. So if you want to come check me out on Twitch, the tag is FluOnFireReloaded. I'm going to start streaming every day, 6 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, hope to see you there. Bye.
Middle fingers to my non-believers. I'm just moving at my own pace. Remember, I said you eat your words. Let me know how my success tastes.